So dear students, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So today our topic is pharmacy management. So in last lectures and few lectures, we have discussed about procurement. How the drugs, medicines are purchased, how the drugs are procured. There are so many methods of procurement we have discussed in our previous lectures. Now our today's topic is pharmacy management. What happens after procurement? The drugs, medicine has to be received in a bulk medical store or bulk pharmacy or outreach pharmacies, or in certain hospitals. It is a central place where these all goods which are procured has to be stored. In certain hospitals, they have named a central pharmacy. Some have medical stores, some have warehouses, whatever they have to name that. So main aim is how to store. After procurement, you have to receive the stocks. When they issue the purchase order, after the purchase order, the authorized agent, the supplier, has to dispatch drugs, medicines to the designated store in that hospital. Then the drugs has to be received. So on the left side, you can see a bulk store, bulk pharmacy store, how the drugs are stored. Then they have received, stored, then they have to be dispatched, dispensed to the satellite pharmacy and tertiary care hospital. There are so many subspecialties. If you go in medicine department, they have different subspecialties, means they have thoracic medicine, they have neurology, they have nephrology, they have oncology. So still they have many subspecialties of medicine. Then they have ICU, emergency department is there, ER is there. Now mostly in tertiary care hospitals, in these units, in these wards, they have satellite pharmacies. They have satellite pharmacies. In satellite pharmacies, drugs, according to that specialty, has to be stored. What happens? If suppose nephrology department, its satellite pharmacy have the drugs only which are indicated for neurology disorders. In nephrology department, if they have a satellite pharmacy, the drugs only indicated in nephrology are stored over there. Similarly, if there is a thoracic medicine or chest medicine, drugs which are indicated only for thoracic medicine are stored over there. So these are the, if they go for surgical department, there are different types of surgical departments nowadays. There are so many subspecialties. There is plastic surgery, there is thoracic surgery, there is ENT. So if you count, so many subspecialties of surgery are there. So drug medicines are kept according to that specialty in these satellite pharmacy. Because in big hospitals, the distances, the departments are situated in very different areas. So it is very difficult that the drugs patient have to receive the drugs from a central pharmacy. So in certain cases, in that subspecialties, there are satellite pharmacies. So what we have to learn, how the drugs are distribution and control of hospital medicine. The main topic is, according to syllabus, is there distribution and control of hospital medicines. Those students have joined now, they can understand our today's topic is there pharmacy management. So which contains distribution and control of hospital medicine. So I told you earlier that central pharmacy plays a central place where these all things which are to be purchased as per their SOPs or as per their rules, their stores, then they are dispatched to their respective central pharmacy. So you can see central pharmacy over there, you can see central pharmacy over there. These are the places. Now further you can see over there, pharmacy management. There's so many things has to be done in pharmacy management, pharmacy inventory management, balancing cost, demand. We will learn one by one in pharmacy management. You can see in the central pharmacy or bulk medical store. So in the public, mostly we are discussing about public hospitals or big hospitals. In a public hospital, all medical supplies are stored in a central medical store or central pharmacy. All medical supplies means not drug medicine. The others, as I've learned in our previous lectures, that the various biologicals, biomedical equipments, labs, X-rays, so many things, they all has to be received in a central place, central medical store or central pharmacy. They are kept in this manner. The received supplies are then dispensed to the respective sector pharmacies, wards, according to the subspecialty established in a tertiary care hospital. As I have told you, these are drug medicines are dispensed or dispatched to their respective satellite pharmacies. You can see in these pictures that there is a bulk store in which how the drugs, medicine, and stores are kept in a in good pharmacy practice manner. Similarly, there is a satellite pharmacy, how the drugs are kept in a good pharmacy practice manner over there. So further, I can they have in word now they have a ATDPS, automatic tablet distributing packaging system is there, because when you dispense drug medicine to the patient, you need various envelopes, you need very packing, you need very packing over there. So in certain world in Europe or in developed countries, they have a system of ATDPS in which automatically the tablets are packed and dispensed. So in which what they do, the patient go to the doctor, he has to issue prescription and then transmit to that machine where these are packed, and then they go to the pharmacist. The pharmacist has to take these medicines and they dispense to the patient and with counseling, and he has to teach all things how to take medicine to the patient. So this is a ATDPS system. And on the right side, you can see how the drugs are stored in a pharmacy in a very good pharmacy practice manner. Now in central pharmacy, you can see in these two pictures, in central pharmacy, how the pharmacists are working, how the technicians are working over there. So similarly, how their drugs are checking over there, how they are receiving the prescriptions, and how they are dispensing to concerned department. You can see in this in a satellite pharmacy. Now, what's the role of a satellite pharmacy? So firstly, satellite pharmacies in a tertiary care hospital. Mostly it is in a tertiary care hospital, but in primary care or secondary care, or they still have their if they are big secondary care hospitals, they may have their satellite pharmacies. That means these are away from the central pharmacy. They are away from the central medical store, because you cannot keep all medicine according to the specialty in one place. So for the ease of the patient or for the ease of their units in big hospitals and tertiary care hospital, quaternary care hospital, they establish pharmacies in their respective units, in respective wards, or they have some desk, or they have some corner in that unit where these drugs are placed. So mostly they are known as a satellite pharmacies. For what? Why we use satellite pharmacies? Quick dispensing of unit doses to inpatient. Mostly these are for inpatient. First thing is that for the quick dispensing of unit doses to inpatient. Second is that availability of stocks to concerned specialty farms. Specialty farms. You know, the stocks wherever they required in that pharmacy, according to that specialty, they must be available near to them. Cellular pharmacies should be interconnected with central pharmacy. So mostly these are interconnected by any means of your internet or whatever it is means transportation. They have to be interconnected with the central pharmacy, central place. So around the clock availability of medicine in center, it's easy that the medicine available to the patient whenever they require in that place. Because patient remain in inpatient round the clock, he has to be examined, he has to prescribe. So round the clock, the medicine must be available in central pharmacy. And mostly in our country, if this system is not available, what they do, they give a prescription, they give it to the attendant of the patient. He runs from the ward to go to the outside pharmacies, medical stores, and there mushroom growth of these medical stores around the big hospitals. They go over there, they purchase the medicine and come back. It takes time. In case of emergency, the patient needed prompt, quick medication. So to avoid this type of problems, mostly the center pharmacy are available, are situated in that respective unit. Further is minimum chances of pilferage of medicine. Mostly when you become a pharmacist, you will see there is a pilferage of medicine, means they're sold out, they are theft, they're taken out from the hospital. So if the drug may available near to that unit, so there is a minimum chance of pilferage of medicine, whatever that has to be applied, whatever the medicine are used to the patient, they kept a record over there. In certain cases, when the staff go to the pharmacy to collect that medicine, there are chances that that may not reach to the patient, that may be pilfered, that may be stolen, that may be sold out. Further, SOP of pharmacy should be followed and settled. Similarly, the same thing with SOPs of a central medical store, a central pharmacy, or warehouse should be followed in a satellite pharmacies. You are aware of this definition of hospital pharmacy, that hospital pharmacy is the healthcare service which comprises the art, practice, and profession of choosing, preparing, storing, compounding, and dispensing medicines and medical devices, advising healthcare professionals and patients on their safe, effective, and efficient use. So continue. So we have learned this. So we have learned in our previous lectures how the drugs are dispensed, sterile. Cytotoxic drugs, how they prepare. We have learned in our previous lectures in which how the drugs are prepared, cytotoxic preparation, how these are aseptically prepared. Due to hazardous nature, the encore drugs in a dosage form should be prepared in safe and sterile environment. So we have learned in our previous lectures. Similarly, there is the sterile unit 2, TPN are prepared. Similarly, the TPNs, total parenteral nutrition, are prepared aseptically under a this condition. You can see you have learned in our previous lecture over there. So storage stock management in a pharmacy. So we'll read these things. So we'll learn in our next lecture the storage and stock management in a pharmacy. How stocks needs to be managed to ensure secure storage, clean and correct environmental conditions during storage, accurate and effective record keeping, effective stock rotation and expiry monitoring, effective fire and theft preventions, effective rodent. So we'll discuss in our next lecture about these things.